All right. Well, good morning. I'm here today to talk about a critical issue that's facing Ontarians and right across our country, the opioid crisis. Every day we see how our nation and our province are plagued by overuse and misuse of opiates, with countless stories of addiction and tragic deaths right across our country. In fact, it's killing 2 Ontarians every day, needlessly dying from overdoses, destroying families, and damaging our communities. While the misuse of legitimate opiate prescriptions is absolutely a significant part of the problem, equally concerning is the serious concern and fatal impact of counterfeit opiates. As we speak, there are dealers working pill presses in their basements to churn out black market pills that look exactly like Oxycontin or a Xanax pill, but in reality are laced with potentially lethal doses of fentanyl. A key part of the production of these killer pills is the ease of access to pill presses throughout Ontario. These machines convert raw fentanyl or other opiate powder into pill form, often stamping and dyeing them to look like legitimate pharmacy-produced pills. Because the criminals making these pills are not concerned with quality control, any one of the tablets churned out by a pill press may contain a hot patch of fentanyl. That's an instant death sentence for someone who unknowingly takes one. We need to stop these death machines. To be blunt, there's absolutely no reason for anyone to have one of these machines in their basement. And every day that we leave them out there without the consequences, people will die. That's why my private member's bill, the Illegal Pill Press Act, will make it an offense for unauthorized persons to possess one of these pill presses. So if you're not authorized, if you're not a pharmacy or pharmacist, you are going to face jail time and fines for possessing one of these pill presses in your basement. Look, you can go online right now on eBay, Kijiji, Alibaba.com and buy one of these death machines for up to $10,000. Get it shipped to free to Canada from China, and they throw in a kilogram of fentanyl with it. Guaranteed, in fact. This situation has gotten so bad that out west in BC, fentanyl has been replaced by heroin, or it's replaced heroin on the black market because it is so much cheaper than heroin. It's like an easy bake oven for drug dealers who are churning these pills out onto the street and into our homes without the care for the lethal impact. And we see these impacts in every corner of our province. The tragic toll that illegal pill press operators take on families right across our province. The toll calls for, of course, provincial action to address these tragic outcomes in Ontario through the continued use of these pill presses. Of course, in the coming months, I look forward to building support for the Illegal Pill Press Act because we know that this opiate crisis touches right across our country, killing, in fact, again, 2 Ontarians every day. It is a tragic, tragic case that are killing our friends, our family members, community members right across the province. And it's with these pill presses that are making these tragic deaths occur. And with that, I'd be happy to take any questions.
Can you talk a little bit about how and when that this problem came to your attention?
Yeah, well, we are hearing a lot of this out west, BC, obviously, but we know that there are deaths here in the province of Ontario with opiates, and there is legitimate opiates that are being abused, but there's also these counterfeit pills that people are taking. You hear of the examples up in Ottawa. My colleague Lisa McLeod has spoke about this, where innocent teenagers, perhaps at a party, they take an Oxycontin pill or what looks like an Oxycontin pill, a legitimate Oxycontin pill, but it's a counterfeit made by one of these pill presses laced with a lethal dose of fentanyl. I mean, enough fentanyl, a little drop would take an elephant down. And in fact, we're seeing carfentanil out in Kitchener-Waterloo, and people don't know what they're taking. They don't. You got these Walter Whites of the worlds in their basements making pills that look legitimate, like legitimate opiates, but they're not. They're fakes. And they're laced with lethal doses of fentanyl, and it's killing people because they have no idea what they're taking. And it's predominantly manufactured in people's basements by these pill presses. These are killing machines. They pound out about 15,000 pills an hour. That's what they're doing, 15,000 pills. And so this legislation has proceeded and been made law in Alberta. And so we've built the premise of our bill on a bill out in Alberta. Our bill would, of course, be subject to actual prison time served on the first offense. It would also assist police in gaining or accessing warrants if they know that there is a pill press or pill press materials being shipped into the home. Easier for law enforcement to access a warrant, knowing that these pill presses are in basements, pounding out these illegal death machines, death pills that are killing people. So.
Surprised at how easy they are to purchase?
It's sadly so. You go online right now to eBay, Kijiji, and the websites are plentiful in terms of the ability to get these pill presses shipped in, predominantly from China, with a guaranteed shipment of fentanyl. I mean, we see dyes. There's a manufacturer or a supplier out west that will actually give you the dyes that look exactly like an OxyContin pill. I mean, we know what these are being used for. They're being used for illegal purposes. These are not legitimate pharmacists or compounders making legitimate, pharmaceuticals. These are criminals making pills in their basement for a substantial profit that are killing people.
And how does it work with the Alberta legislation? Are they intercepted before they enter the province? Or?
You know what? There's nothing right now that speaks to the shipment. I mean, obviously, Canada Border Services agencies are doing their best to track and avoid anything coming in, but oftentimes they're shipped, as a blender, or they come in parts, so they may not ship all at once. They ship in parts, and they could be everyday, components of a pill press that wouldn't be picked up at the border, but when assembled, they look like this. They look like a machine just like this that turns out about 15,000 pills an hour. And so the Alberta bill basically says that if you possess any, such pill press or anything similar to it, you're going to face fines and eventual imprisonment time. Of course, I think that, these are leading to so many deaths right across our province that there's no reason why you should have one in your basement. And if you do, you're going to go to jail. And I hope the government adopts my initiative here. Because it's one thing to give naloxone to people who've obviously had an overdose, but we've got to nip the preventative side as well. And these are the things that are being used to manufacture mass amounts of killing counterfeit pills, and we need to crack down on them. As I said before, I know law enforcement has said that on wiretaps, they can hear these running in the background. Literally running in the background. And so this would also provide some tools for law enforcement to shut these operations down quicker, faster, better.
Have you spoken to the health minister about the changes you're proposing?
Not had a chance to communicate this particular initiative with him. I'm hopeful that he has, seen this particular bill on the odor paper. It's, I know, something that he's asked a lot about. Of course, we can track the deaths online. That's a new initiative of his, perhaps just recently. But let's stop those deaths as best as we can. Let's provide law enforcement the tools that they need to crack down on these illegal pill presses, so that we shut the supply, we shut the market down. Because again, heroin is being replaced by fentanyl. Fentanyl is about 1/10 of the price of heroin. Extremely profitable, inexpensive, frankly. They're manufacturing these pills by the tens of thousands, if not the millions. And one pill, they call it a little bit of a hot patch. You put your materials in a blender and you start pounding out the pills. One little hot patch of fentanyl, boom, dead. And it's so sad. And so crack down on the folks that have these pill presses in their basements, and stop the supply of these illegal counterfeit opiates in the marketplace.
Okay, and when do you hope to introduce the act?
Bill's been introduced. It's sitting on the order paper now. I've got a date perhaps coming up in the fall. It's something that the government can move forward with, of course, at any time. We encourage them to do that, just like BC has. It was a private member's bill. The government then adopted that, made it legislation, and we look forward to our government doing the exact same thing. Let's work together to fight this opiate crisis here in the province. And I'm happy to have the support of our leader, Patrick Brown. He announced this initiative recently in Ottawa, and it shows that our caucus, our leader, takes this opiate crisis very, very seriously, and something more needs to be done to combat these illegal counterfeit pills in the marketplace. With that, thanks, Christina. All right, have a good day.